Hello, hello. What a beautiful day to join with you in ceremony. It is a full moon in Capricorn and it is the summer solstice, my friends. So, just in case this is your first time with me, I am Safrianna Luna, the queer spirit guide. I offer a new moon and full moon circle every month because these are my non negotiable anchor points for just getting into my own energy, really dropping and tuning into intention and just making some meaningful moments to notice what the heck is going on in this busy life cycle. So, if you are joining me, whether this is your first time or not, I am going to give us a few breaths here. If there's anything that you feel like you want to bring to your space tonight, I know this is kind of impromptu. These are just, little ceremonies that you usually just kind of bring yourself, but if you wanna grab a candle tonight, if you want to, I have a picture of myself as a child here, and I made a little, like, ritual bowl, but you don't need to be fancy, but if there's anything that's just bringing you inner child, bringing you summer, bringing you, like, big energy right now, maybe you wanna bring that into your space. And then otherwise, I always suggest you have a notebook in case you want to jot anything down, and of course, a pen. So I do this right along with you as we go through ceremony. And the process for this has been pretty consistent for a while now. I'll do some talking and reflecting. Then I will invite you to set some intentions. I will use my dear friend Tamara Child's beautiful astrology reports to just kind of get us thinking about that energy, set those intentions. We'll clear our energy and then we'll go into a guided visualization. And you can do whatever you need to do during that. You can journal, you can dance, etc. I'll get into that when we get there. And then finally, I will pull some cards for the collective and we'll wrap up there. So please engage as much as you want in the comments, whether you are live or watching the replay. You can always reach out and let me know what is on your heart as well. So let's get into it. First of all, like I said, we are at this very interesting sort of astrological event right now, with it being the summer solstice, with it being a full moon, with it being in Capricorn energy. There's just a very interesting intersection of energy that's at play right now because Capricorn brings with it a very grounded and practical and goal oriented energy. But then we have the strawberry moon, the June full moon, that is this playful, overflowing, juicy energy. And when we bring all of this energy together, we have that full moon, which is sort of our accomplishments, our achievements, high energy, along with the solstice. I'm just seeing it as such an invitation to get into like what is real for us, what we're really meant to be doing, want to be doing, what lights us up with joy, all of that. And I think that it's a great time for reflection. So, what is coming up for you with this energy initially, right? Is there something that you are really noticing is overflowing in your life right now that you feel is really bringing you into a sense of playfulness with your inner child? Hi, Meryl. Hi, Ike. Welcome. What is really just overflowing in you right now that you want to celebrate? Because that's what the summer solstice is really saying to me, is like, we've reached kind of the peak of the light of this year. So think back to the winter solstice. So let's say December 21st, 2023. Where were you? What were you doing? How are you feeling? If you can even remember, right? This year's gone by rapidly fast. And then where are you now? How far have you come? It has been a tremendous year for many of us, not necessarily in like productivity or like getting big things done or major projects out of the way, though some of us certainly have. But there's been a lot of soul clearing. There's been a lot of emotional and energetic movement. And that is so worth celebrating. It's so important that we clear the energy out. And I just see so many of us doing, again, that inner child work, doing the getting out of our own way, removing our fears, or clearing shame, or coming into deep relationship with loss and grief or disappointment, right? We've all had some things that have come up so far this year. that have really called us into like, who are we and what can we withstand? So, just to acknowledge all of that in you, whatever you have experienced, it's kind of been a heavy 6 months, but what do you feel like you have brought into the light? What have you accomplished? What are you celebrating? That's really what the summer solstice energy is saying to me. And, just again with the full moon and Capricorn energy, it's like, what have you accomplished and what are you celebrating? So I'm going to go and read Tamara's report here, and then we will get right into some energy. And I'm actually going to try something new and copy paste this report right into the comments so that you can see it as well if you would like. So Tamara writes, we have a full moon in Capricorn coming on the solstice. You've been chipping away at your goals, but do you feel supported? First, let's acknowledge you may be feeling a little overwhelmed in the cosmos. Yes. Jupiter in Gemini, with all its mutable mental energy, has us whirling in the idea sector. Gone mad with ideas, have you? Should I do this or that? No, wait, is it this or that? We are whirly-gagging around like a million butterflies, and it's damn exciting because Jupiter's job is to act like a hot air balloon to let our enthusiasm rise toward new inspired heights. Jupiter's other job is to infuse wisdom into our adventures. But the ADHD of Jupiter and Gemini sometimes makes our head spin and our focus too scattered. I have been feeling that big time. So ask yourself, all the bright and shiny objects du jour, do they bring you a more refined inner sense of your own joyful path? Are they even on your path? Is this truly what you want to do with your time and energy? Are you getting distracted? Are you getting frazzled and overstimulated? Let's find a solution. The upcoming full moon in Capricorn is a touch point to reality. I thought this was so important. A touch point to reality. We need to put on our grounding shoes and feel the solidity in our plans. So, this is really a great time for making plans for your future. Jupiter in Gem doesn't do much for the Capricorn area of our charts, but in feeling this always sober, down to earthy full moon energy, we get a chance to test a few of our new concepts generated by this airy influx. This week has some weird Neptune energy, causing even more dissociative feeling that can cause emotional irritation, unease, anxiety, and funky moods. I've experienced all that this week too. Where do you have Capricorn in your chart? Let your inner being become grounded any way you can this week. Lie on the ground. One thing you may be experiencing is the urgency to figure it all out at once, but pace yourself. This was such an important message for me to hear. The hot air balloon is still up there seeking new ideas, so don't worry, you'll miss out on opportunities. This week, it's okay to soothe your grumpy areas, get grounded, exhale, and rest into your creations. Breathe into them with love and the appreciation they deserve. Keep creating, you're doing great. So that is from Tamara, and she is just my favorite astrologer. So go subscribe to her newsletter if you want these delivered directly. So as we move into setting an intention, I'm going to kind of use that as an anchor point. And you're so welcome, Jenna. So set an intention here, either on how you can rest into your own creative power, or you can set any other intention that feels good to make today, just as you sit here in the heat. If you're in your summer solstice, if you're joining me from the northern hemisphere, what is, what's present for you? Just set some intentions for this season, or specifically on how you want to rest into your own creative power. I'm going to join you in doing this and write down my own intentions. So take a moment. So for me, I have been doing some inner child healing work that has been really just blowing me away with its timeliness, its clarity. So I'm just setting my own intention to just keep sitting with that. And the inner child has so much creativity. So receive the wisdom of her creativity. So, as always, you're free to share your intentions for this season, for this moment, whatever's coming up in the chat if you want, or share privately at some point, or keep it to yourself, whatever feels good. But I'm going to move us into some energy clearing. And I like to do the intention setting first before I do the energy clearing, because I find that once we've set an intention, especially when it really is routed in our highest good that we really want to feel good about, is we automatically start to notice where we believe that's not possible, where we don't trust that we could actually meet that intention, et cetera, et cetera. And then when we clear, we kind of know what we're working with. We know what we're ready to clear away and what might be blocking us from really seeing our manifestation, come forward, the manifestation of that energy. Hello, Mary. So good to see you. We'll see your name. I can't see your face, but I can picture your face. So I'm just clearing here, and you can clear in your own space in your own way, or you can just use the power of the breath here. I really like to use the inhale to call myself home, and the exhale to let go of anything that doesn't belong to me. Using that exhale to just blow out any sticky, gunky energy that doesn't need to be here anymore, because it's really just outdated. It's limiting. It's holding me back. And blessing that as it goes. Thank you for protecting me, whatever this was, whatever this blockage was. And just acknowledging it may have kept me safe to this point or served some purpose, but we're good now. Thank you. Just clearing here any resistance that you might have around seeing the fruition of your intentions. Maybe any unworthiness, fear, shame, clearing away any stories that might come up about like, well, why haven't I done this already? Or why hasn't this already come true? I'm just clearing that out. Whatever might be here, just letting it go. I love that, Mary. My new affirmation feels like the perfect intention for me. I trust that the universe knows how to proceed. Yes. When we just surrender and we're able to follow and flow, the path is there. It's unfolding for us. And I invite you here, if it feels good to do so, to just wiggle a little bit, shake out the body, get rid of any extra stuck or stagnant energy that might be here. Maybe sigh it out. And just let that shit go. Whatever it is, whatever is not for you, you get to let it go now. So we'll move into my favorite part, which is channeling a guided visualization, but not everybody receives this the same way. So I'm going to just bring through images. We're going to drop into our heart spaces. There may or may not be light language transmissions. If light language comes through, I will suddenly stop speaking English and I will sound like I'm talking gibberish. That you can trust is just an energy activation or another release or some layer that you get to receive or not receive as you feel called. You can receive this with your eyes opened or closed. You can journal, you can dance, you can do whatever the heck you want to do. And know that not all of the words need to be for you. Hugging you back, Mary. So let me take one last sip of my drink and then I'm going to drop in. If you like to get cozy, you can totally lay down for this too. So after that delicious clearing, we're just going to gently open our heart space, knowing that what unfolds from here as we go within to connect with our higher selves, with our team, with guidance, with higher power, whatever resonates for us, that this is in our highest good, that we are completely sovereign and sacred beings. So perhaps just taking a few anchoring breaths here as you allow any consciousness like overthinking, analytical mind to drop away as you drop your consciousness into the heart center, expanding into love. It's almost like a stone dropping from your head down into your heart, opening in your chest. And just breathing here, perhaps recalling a time recently where you felt unconditional love, maybe with a loved one, a family member, a pet, Mother Nature herself. But just allowing yourself to be in the awe of love that you feel and expanding that sensation throughout your chest, letting it roll down your arms, down your body, and even flow up, surrounding you in the power of unconditional love. And you might take one last conscious breath here and then release that as we begin to gently open a portal from within the heart space. A portal looking in on the most majestic mountain scene that you have ever witnessed. And as you feel called, you may step through into this portal, into this mountainous range, and just take a moment to receive the crisp mountain air on this hot summer day. See the lush green around you, the green of trees and shrubs, flowers, fruits. And just notice that both the sun and moon are high in the sky, the full moon and the sun visible. That you are here surrounded by this cosmic energy, safe, supported, and loved. That you are receiving this solar energy, this vitality, and this lunar energy, this beautiful glowing presence that drops you deeply into emotional awareness. Feeling the body and the emotions here together, the energy body, your spiritual energy. And notice if you can just be with a sense of deep gratitude in this moment, a feeling of celebration for the life that you have, that you're here living in this present moment, surrounded by lush mountains. And as you breathe and be here just in the awe of gratitude, of celebration for life, you are approached by a mountain goat guide. Just take a moment to connect with this mountain goat guide, noticing how they got in. Did they come down from the mountain? Did they come from the forest? Just noticing playful, curious energy here. This mountain goat has such a vitality about them, such a vibrance of life, of capability. Some might call it stubbornness at times. But there is a vision, a purpose, and a drive that this mountain goat possesses. And they let you in on a little secret. At the top of that nearby mountain are the most delicious berries that have ever existed. And you see their eyes glance over. They're feeling confident, but are you? This guide is here to show you that you have and can overcome and accomplish challenging things, that you are resilient, that you have come a long way. And so they invite you to the challenge of going up top to taste those sweet berries. The journey here is yours to choose, but notice how you approach this challenge. And either way, the goat is off. They are heading up towards the top. Their sights are set, and they know what they'll find. Do you know what you'll find if you dare to climb to the top? Whatever apprehension or fear could exist within this space, know that you are safe, supported, and loved by your guides, and that this goat is helping to lead the way. And you can still feel the sun, still feel the presence of the moon. You can glance up at any time, seeking them, seeking their guidance. What is possible for you? What is possible for you if you dare to pursue your dreams, your goals, your aspirations with the drive and focus of the mountain goat? And celebrating, integrating the times over the last 6 months when you have surmounted what you thought were insurmountable challenges. How much you have overcome, how much you have grown. Acknowledge that. The mountain goat is about half to 2/3 way up the mountain now. Glancing down, maybe cheering you on, sending words of encouragement. Just listen here for a few moments to any messages, what you might need to know when it comes to overcoming challenges, or what you need to know about perseverance for yourself. Just taking and noticing. There's no right or wrong, whether you receive clear messages or not, just trusting. Trusting that you are held in utter love by your guides, your companions, your higher power, your highest self, and that you are being led to where you need to be, to what you need to see. Taking a nice deep breath here. And perhaps you've already arrived at the top. Perhaps you're halfway there, but the goat is arriving at the top now. And seeing what they need to see. And now you get to land too in your own perfect timing to see what's up here. To witness, whether through your own eyes or the goat's eyes, whatever's right for you. To see what is up top this mountain. What is your next frontier? Where are you going next? What are your sweet berries? What are the rewards for you when you overcome your challenges? You see yourself through on your commitments. What's possible for you? What sweetness exists for you? An invitation to just breathe here, receiving the gifts of summer, receiving the gifts of celebration, of gratitude, of seeing through your goals, and anchoring this energy in as you sit atop a mountain or as you witness your guide's view. And just allowing this next frontier, this next great possibility, this next deep belief of empowerment that you hold in yourself, allowing these energies to integrate. Huanaya no akatayushnui nimi katoya kaya. Yana shnio ekatiyashti katayakta. Huania katayo inanayo shtiyamayo kataya. Hinaya kata tayo shtimoya kataya manaka. Breathing and anchoring in deep peace for the journey that you've been on. Anchoring in profound gratitude for the sweat tax that you've put into your life, for the momentum that you've built, for the efforting that you've put in. All of that is worthy. All of that is so important. And the universe sees how you show up for yourself, how you commit to yourself, how you keep taking little steps forward, one step at a time, towards your dreams and goals. And when you accomplish your dreams and goals, you get to celebrate them, integrate them, sit down for a while, and then you get to set your sights again and keep down the path. This is part of the wisdom that the mountain goat wishes to pass on to everyone, is that it's okay to sit down and celebrate for a while. That the integration, the pause, the breath is one of the most important and often forgotten aspects of doing the work. The work, the work, the work. The work can be so much the focus. But it's time to sit and revel in the growth, the expansion, the dreams that you've met along the way, the rise of creativity, of hope, of inspiration. Honor it all and allow it to continue to be like a never-ending seed blooming in your heart. And it's time to really have fun. It's time to sprout wings. It's time to find a glider. It's time to be a mountain goat yourself. But it's time to come down from the mountain with all the wisdom gained. So, with as much fun as possible, find your way back down, offering gratitude every breath of the way for whatever was gained on the mountaintop. Allowing it to be. Allowing it to be whatever it was, whatever it needed to be. Knowing that it may yet continue to bloom. Finding your way back to the bottom, looking up at the mountain. And if it feels good to do so, you might bring physical hands to heart space, or you might just feel this within. But just feeling the heat of the summer, feeling the glow of the sun and the moon, feeling the energy, whatever personality your goat guide had, feeling gratitude for that support, knowing that your guide team is always shifting, growing, moving, changing, and you get to decide who you work with. So Mountain Goat is here for you anytime that you need a little stubbornness to really see yourself through. We don't have to take that as a bad thing, that sometimes we have our sights set on a goal and we're going to see it through. So Mountain Goat is here for you if you ever wish to work with them, to be supported and moving forward. This Capricorn energy is here for you. So just offering gratitude and thanks and peace, taking a moment to send love out to everyone in the world, taking this moment to wish peace and ease upon all beings, and to see the beautiful earth flourish, and to see yourself abundant, prosperous, soul-led, and successful by your own design. And then when you're ready, stepping back through the portal, back into the heart, back into the physical body. Maybe wiggling the fingers and toes here. And if the eyes are closed, fluttering them open in your own time to take in the space. Oh, I'm so glad we had some real live Capricorn energy here in the room. Welcome, Eric. So just come back in for a moment here. If there's anything you need to jot down, now is a great time to do it. I always love doing this because I get flickers of so many different people's images and inner dreams and stuff. And it is just so fun when I'm seeing like 18 different visuals all at once. So that was quite the flight back down to the mountain. Thank you for that. Yeah, so jot down anything you need to jot down, and then I'm going to draw some cards for the collective here. My goat was very sassy, but in like such a fun and supportive way. I know everybody loves a good card pull, right, Mary? It's our favorite. So I'll tell a little story. Things have been so synchronous lately. Part of what my little ritual bowl has here is this butterfly wing, and it's pretty torn, unfortunately. I didn't have a good means to transport it back, but on this shadow journey of life, not everything is always sunshine and roses, but I recently took a trip into the woods. A trip into the woods is where I'm getting with this. And I was using my butterfly framework for the whole 3 days. So day 1 was caterpillar, day 2 was chrysalis, day 3 was butterfly. So on day 3, I was saying goodbye to the place, and we were doing a little hike down through the stream, and I was wearing sandals. I'm much better barefoot, and my sandals slipped in a very slippery, muddy rock, and I took a tumble, and I'm all scraped up still, but I landed next to a fallen butterfly. And I was like, okay, so, this was just another example of sometimes we have to be at the bottom to look up or down and see something really important. And even though that was not pleasant to take that tumble, there was deep gratitude in it because, I love to honor the earth and honor the offerings sometimes that we find in simple, beautiful pieces of nature, right? The sadness and the joy in the butterfly wing, the beauty and the pain that exists in that, right? That is the stuff of life that just inspires me at every turn. So let's see what the cards have to say here. All right. And I am pulling from Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray, one of my favorite collective decks to pull from, honestly. So This summer solstice, this full moon, we are being called by the mirror guardian to take time to reflect. As I said, this is a perfect time to really look back at the last 6 months, from winter into spring into summer and the full bloom of it all. What have you really accomplished? Reflect on it, celebrate it, right? Part of reflection can be celebrating. It doesn't always have to be the hard, grueling self work. Welcome, Tamra. Thank you for dropping in and saying hi. There she is. I love her so much. So really take this time to reflect on what's coming through for you, what you've accomplished, what you're taking with you as we go into the more waning side of the year, right? Today is the longest day, the most sunlight we're going to get all year. So as of tomorrow, we start to move back towards the dark. This is the whole dance of balance. This card always amuses me because I won't get into it, but Sky Father. So Sky Father, trust in the unknown. And I see this lightning that's here. And this makes me really think of my dear friend Don Sullivan, who was recently talking about the storms. And we got this beautiful heat lightning storm here. And it was one of the most magical things I'd ever seen. And then 5 minutes later, it was storming like nobody's business. And I thought the house was going to collapse. Trust in the unknown, right? There is beauty in the unknown. There is a mystery and a infinite possibility that exists in the unknown. And when we get caught up on like, oh, well, I don't know what's going to happen. It's so uncertain. And I think it's going to go this horrible way that I don't want, right? We get caught up in that. And if we can instead trust the process, there are parts of me that hate that saying, but it's the universe has come in really strong with this. Like, trust the process, trust the path is there before us. What was Mary's intention? I trust that the universe knows how to proceed. That is this, very, very much so. And when we can just trust that we're being led, everything else falls into place. So reflect and trust. And then we have Broken Arrow. This one is definitely for the world right now. The Broken Arrow card is all about embracing the energy of peace, right? When we break the arrow intentionally and we say enough is enough, no more violence, no more of this harmful energy, we begin to break the cycle. And we are very much in a not great place with the cycle of violence in the world right now, and we need peace more than ever. So find that peace within you and allow it to radiate outward, right? Take this time to reflect on the peace that does exist within you. Trust the unknown when you have no idea how the peace is going to be achieved, but keep anchoring back into it within you and keep anchoring in, the people. I'm so blessed that the people that I'm surrounded by, and trust if you are watching this, you ultimately want peace. You ultimately want people to not be in conflict and to not have to keep hurting one another, right? And it takes us standing up in the face of injustice, of violence, of greed, of all of these things for it to stop. So anchor that peace into you and be the broken arrow as you call in a new way of being. So that is what I am getting here. Let me just check here. Okay, the deck feels complete. And, what's just coming through for me right now is that deep gratitude. This work is so important, and I love when we come together in community. And yeah, I'm not really ready to move back into the dark yet either, but know that we have a full season left at least um, of light and of harvest, and really lean into the pleasure. That is my invitation. Lean into enjoying yourself. My inner child is saying, go play. Um, Experience what lights you up for you without it needing to be for anyone else, and just like have fun with it. Play in a way that you've never played before. Allow this innocence to come about, because that's the recipe for peace, right? Self punishment and limitation and shutting ourselves down does not contribute to the energy of world peace or anything like that. So love yourself. That's the most important thing you can do. And I am wrapping up my sabbatical here in the next few days. So I will be, I mean, I didn't take sabbatical on moon calls because these are my non negotiables. They're so important to me. So thank you for all of those who joined me live. Know that I'm holding space for you if you're catching the replay. And I'm going to put myself out there. This feels very interesting to do, but I need to get into the habit of it. If this is supportive to you and you want to support me, I invite you to donate on our PayPal, just a few bucks to say thanks for keeping this work going, if that feels aligned to you. So I will post the link in the comments. And otherwise, these are going to continue to be here for you. Whatever you need, when you need that energy clearing, when you need that intention setting moment, when you need to go within, I'll be here every new moon and full moon for the foreseeable future because, like I said, this is so important to me. So thanks for joining me. And let me know if I can support in another way. Otherwise, come hang out with us in Discord, and I will see you again for the new moon, which will be in just a few weeks. All right, my beloveds, thank you so much for joining. Thanks for sharing. And I am sending you the biggest love. Beautiful evening. Go look at the moon. Oh my gosh, go look at the moon. It's supposed to be apparently like extra bright tonight. And